Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual. My name is Utsaf Parekh and here are the top stories of the day. We begin with the biggest headline from South Asia. Chaos in Bangladesh has reached a new peak. The latest reports coming in say that Sheikh Hasina has come to India. She is currently going to be in India before she heads out. She's seeking an asylum in the UK. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister and opposition leader, Khaleda Zia, will be released from jail. Her release orders have been signed by Bangladesh's President, Mohammad Shahabuddin. The 78-year-old Zia was sentenced to 17 years in prison in 2018 in a corruption case. Her release comes hours after Sheikh Hasina resigned from the post of Prime Minister. Bangladesh's President Mohammad Shahabuddin has also ordered the release of jailed protesters. These demonstrators were imprisoned in the wake of the anti-job reservation protests in the country. The Bangladeshi military has also announced that the nationwide curfew has been lifted. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has addressed the country's parliament on the Bangladesh crisis. Jaishankar said that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina requested approval to come to India on short notice. He noted that Sheikh Hasina is currently taking refuge in India after being ousted. Jaishankar also said that minorities were affected during the recent agitations in Bangladesh. The government of India had also called for an all-party meeting to discuss the situation in Bangladesh. During the meeting, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar briefed members of all political parties. Jaishankar told the Indian political leaders that India has assured help to Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina's son, Sajib Wazid, has said that she will not seek a political comeback in Bangladesh. He said that Sheikh Hasina resigned due to concerns for her safety. He added that she had been contemplating the decision since August 4th. Sajib Wazid said, and I quote, that she has turned Bangladesh around and until today it was considered one of the rising tigers of Asia. She's very disappointed. Reactions poured in from all corners of the world after Sheikh Hasina was toppled. The United States has welcomed the formation of an interim government by the Bangladeshi army. The US has called for the interim government formation process to be democratic and inclusive. The European Union has called for an orderly and peaceful transition to democracy in Bangladesh. The EU also said that the transition should be in full respect of human rights and democratic principles. Meanwhile, several US Army personnel were injured in a rocket attack at an airbase in western Iraq. The US has blamed Iran-aligned militia groups for the attack. The Pentagon said that the attack was a dangerous escalation in West Asia. It said that the attack demonstrated Iran's destabilizing role in the region. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has met with Sergei Shoigu, the Secretary of Russia's Security Council. The meeting was held during Shoigu's one-day visit to Tehran. During the meeting, Pezeshkian praised Russia for its help during difficult times. He also called on Moscow to expand ties. Before meeting the Iranian president, Shoigu met with the Chief of Staff of the Iranian Armed Forces. In Pakistan, supporters of the jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan held a massive rally on the first anniversary of his detention. Thousands of people gathered in the city of Swabi in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province and demanded Imran Khan's release. The former Pakistani Prime Minister was jailed in August last year in a graft case. Today marks the 79th anniversary of the tragic atomic bombing of the Japanese city of Hiroshima. A ceremony was organized at the city's Peace Memorial Park to remember the victims. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and 109 representatives from other countries were in attendance. An updated list of atomic bomb victims was placed inside the park. The list now has over 340,000 names. In climate news, tropical storm Debbie killed at least 5 people in northern Florida. The slow-moving hurricane made landfall near Steinhatchee town. About 500 people were rescued from floodwaters in Sarasota. Nearly 150,000 people suffered due to a power outage on Monday night. Rescue operations in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh are still underway after it was severely affected by cloudburst on August 1st. At least 16 people have been reported dead and 39 are still missing. Local authorities are expecting heavy rains on August 7th, which could hamper the ongoing rescue operations. At least 11 people have died due to a landslide in southern Ethiopia. Rescue operations are underway to find the survivors in Ethiopia's Kawo Koisha district. A series of landslides have recently occurred in southern Ethiopia due to heavy rains. Authorities in British Columbia have issued evacuation orders after water began to overflow at a natural dam blocking the Chilcotin River in Canada. Authorities have also warned citizens of possible landslides in the area as the water gushing through the channel picked up pace and is carrying debris. Greece has recorded its warmest July on record this year, as per Greece's National Observatory. The average temperatures are between 1960 and 2024 have increased by 2.5 degrees Celsius. In the past 80 years, 3 of the warmest July temperatures have been recorded in the last 4 years. China's southeastern regions are grappling with an extreme heat wave. Temperatures have soared to as high as 40 degrees Celsius. Shanghai, Zhejiang, Jiangsu and the Anhui provinces are severely affected. As per the authorities, the heat wave is expected to continue for the next 10 days. An ongoing heat wave has exacerbated the suffering of the people in Sudan's Red Sea state, with several cases of heat-related illnesses. Authorities have reported at least 8 deaths and 84 cases of heat stroke. Residents in the Sudanese state are also facing power outages and water shortages, as the mercury has hit as high as 40 degrees Celsius. Bulgarian firefighters continue to battle a wildfire in the Slavyanka mountain and neighboring villages. The wildfire has been active for the past 2 weeks. Additional equipment from Spain is expected to arrive to ramp up the firefighting efforts. On to business and tech news. Stock markets around the globe crashed on Monday. Major US stock market indices dropped by as much as 3%. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 closed at their lowest levels since early May. Markets in Japan, China, India and Europe also plunged. The crash was sparked by concerns about the US economy. Weak US job data for the month of July has raised fears that the country may fall into a recession. Asian share markets rebounded sharply after crashing on Monday. The Japanese stock market index, the Nikkei 225, rose by as much as 10% today. South Korea's Kospi index gained by over 3%. Stock markets in China and Taiwan have also bounced back. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has cautioned about the volatile markets. Kishida said that the government is working closely with the Bank of Japan for fiscal management. Meanwhile, Japan's finance minister has also said that the government will keep a track of the markets in light of the recent moves. This comes after Japan's stock market index, the Nikkei, fell by over 12%, marking its worst day since October 1987. Stock markets in India also bounced back today. Both the Sensex and the Nifty surged by about 1% in early trade. However, they erased early gains during the afternoon trading sessions. Sensex is trading at the 78,800 mark, while Nifty is at 24,000. Officials of the U.S. Federal Reserve have pushed back against the concerns about the U.S. economy. They shrugged off the notion that a weak job report means that the economy will fall into a recession. They blamed yesterday's global market sell-off on decisions by the Bank of Japan and rising geopolitical tensions. Officials have also noted that the U.S. Central Bank will need to cut interest rates in the upcoming meeting. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board, or the NTSB, is set to begin a two-day hearing over the Boeing 737 MAX door panel blowout incident. The hearing will see testimonies from several executives from Boeing and its supplier, Spirit AeroSystems. Officials from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration are also scheduled to testify. The transport watchdog, the NTSB, plans to review issues related to Boeing's jet manufacturing and inspections. Saudi Arabia's oil giant Saudi Aramco has reported its earnings for the second quarter. The firm's profit declined by over 3% between April and June this year. This was largely due to lower crude oil production during the quarter. Saudi Aramco has declared a dividend of over $31 billion for its shareholders. The firm's largest shareholder, the Saudi government, relies heavily on these dividends for its income. A U.S. court ruled that Google enjoys an illegal monopoly over internet searches. The court said that the tech giant has spent billions of dollars to make its search engine a default in different devices. It has noted that Google controls over 90% of the market of the internet search services. The court also said that Google has violated America's competition laws. The ruling came in an antitrust case that was filed back in 2020. It is seen as an existential threat to Google and its dominance of search and online advertising. Elon Musk resumed his lawsuit against the ChatGPT maker OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman. The lawsuit claims that OpenAI has abandoned its founding principles. It accuses OpenAI of putting profit ahead of public interest. Musk first filed the lawsuit back in February. However, he withdrew it later without any explanation. Musk's latest lawsuit also seeks to break OpenAI's ties with the tech giant Microsoft. Elon Musk has confirmed reports that his social media platform X is moving out of its headquarters in San Francisco. Musk said that it is impossible to operate in San Francisco. This comes just weeks after the American billionaire said that he would move X and his rocket company SpaceX to Texas. Reports say that X has asked employees to move to their offices in the cities of San Jose and Palo Alto. Moving to sports, we begin with updates from the Paris Olympics. Kenya's Faith Kipyegon finished second in the women's 5,000-meter race. She was then disqualified for allegedly obstructing world record holder Gudaf Sage. But now, Athletics Kenya have confirmed that Kipyegon's silver medal has been reinstated after a successful appeal by Kenyan team officials. The decision pushes Sifan Hassan from the Netherlands back to the third position. Sweden's Armand Duplantis broke his own world record to retain his Olympic pole vault title in Paris on Monday. Duplantis cleared 6.25 meters, surpassing his previous record of 6.24 meters, which he had set in April. The achievement came in front of a packed Stade de France on the fifth day of track and field events. American Sam Kendricks won silver with a best of 5.95 meters, and Greece's Emmanuel Corrales took the bronze. India's Avinash Sable has qualified for the final of the men's 3,000-meter steeplechase, which will take place on August 8th. He led the race until the 1,000-meter mark, but he was overtaken as he progressed. He finished fifth in his heats with a time of 8 minutes and 15.43 seconds. Sable is the first Indian man to reach the 3,000-meter steeplechase final. Indian shooter Manu Bhaker has been chosen to become India's flag bearer at the Paris 2024 Olympics closing ceremony. The 23-year-old shooter won 2 medals this year. She took to social media and thanked the Olympic Association for the honor. The closing ceremony will take place on the 11th of August. Over in football at the Paris Olympics, Jean-Philippe Mateta scored twice as the hosts France came from behind to beat Egypt 3-1 after extra time. Thierry Henry's France trailed after Mahmoud Saber put Egypt ahead in the semi-final. Mateta equalized late to force extra time. Mikel Olise sealed the win in the 108th minute. France will face Spain in the Olympic men's football final. Brazil has appealed FIFA's decision to suspend footballer Marta for 2 matches after her red card in the Olympic group stage match. Marta missed Brazil's 1-0 quarter-final win over France after a foul on Spain's Olga Carmona. The red card was an emotional blow to Marta in her final international tournament. FIFA's disciplinary committee deemed that the foul merited a 2-match suspension. Now, in cricket news, Sri Lanka will visit England this August and September for a 3-match test series. The first test match will be held on August 21st in Manchester. The final will take place on September 6th at the Oval Cricket Ground in London. The UAE, India and Sri Lanka are shortlisted as backup venues for the Women's T20 World Cup if it needs to be moved from Bangladesh. Bangladesh has faced significant unrest with anti-government protests leading to several deaths. On Monday, the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned and flew to India, and Bangladesh's army chief has taken charge and seeks to establish an interim government in the country. Snapdragon, Manchester United's new shirt sponsor, wants naming rights for Old Trafford or a new stadium. The US tech firm signed a $225 million shirt deal with United last summer. Snapdragon is also interested in having Manchester United tour India. The club is considering whether to renovate Old Trafford or build a new stadium. The English Premier League club West Ham has signed the German striker Niklas Füllkrug from Borussia Dortmund. Füllkrug has agreed to a 4-year contract for a fee of over $34 million. He's the 5th summer signing under the West Ham's new manager. In entertainment news, Forrest Gump actor Tom Hanks' Los Angeles house was invaded by burglars. According to reports, the thieves entered the property by smashing a glass door. Hanks was out of town when this happened. The police is now investigating the case. According to reports, Leonardo DiCaprio suffered a jellyfish sting during his vacation in Italy. The actor went for a swim with his girlfriend and the model Vittoria Ceretti when the incident took place. He was then attended to by the crew of the yacht he was staying in. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's son, Pax, has been released from the hospital after he suffered a head injury in a bike accident. The accident took place on July 29th. He was riding his electric bike in Los Angeles when he bumped into a car. John Cena has all praises for Shah Rukh Khan after the two met in India a few weeks ago. In an interview, John Cena revealed that he was starstruck and emotional when he met Shah Rukh Khan. The American actor and professional wrestler also revealed that one of Khan's TED Talks had inspired him. Cena is currently promoting his upcoming film, Jackpot. Hollywood director David Lynch revealed that he has been living with a chronic lung disease called emphysema. He took to social media and stated that it is the price he's paying for his smoking habit. Lynch further clarified that this will not stop him from directing projects. He's known for shows like Twin Peaks and films like The Elephant Man. According to reports, Zendaya and Robert Pattinson might soon do a film together. They're in talks to do a film called The Drama. The film is a fairy tale romance that takes a U-turn before the couple's wedding. It's in the early stages of development. A television series, which is the sequel to the John Wick films, is under development now. The series is titled John Wick Under the High Table. It'll pick up after the events of John Wick Chapter 4. House of the Dragon showrunners have announced in a press conference that the show will end with Season 4. Ryan Condal also revealed that the script writing for Season 3 has begun and that production will start in 2025. The makers of Chicago Med have roped in Sarah Ramos and Darren Barnett as series regulars for its 10th season. Both of them will play the role of doctors on screen. Ramos was last seen in The Bear, while Barnett showcased his acting prowess in Netflix's Never Have I Ever. Chloe Bailey has announced the release date of Trouble in Paradise. It'll drop this Friday. She took to Instagram and wrote, "A storm is coming," with the image of herself lying in a pool of water in a neon dress. Bailey has previously said that the album is a coming-of-age celebration of being a woman. That's all for today's episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching and stay tuned to Firstpost.